Hey, this is Wileen Benson, and you are on the Daily Gratitude Call, where we start every day in gratitude. Gratitude is the highest energy state that we can be in. It creates a frequency of positive vibration that attracts positive experiences into our lives. Hey everybody, this is Wileen Benson. This is our Daily Gratitude Call. Thank you for joining our call today. I'm excited for what we get to learn today. It's really interesting as I am just pondering on what we're going to be focusing on today and just listening for the perfect words that come to me. And the first thing that came to me was experiencing life. And then it was embracing life experiences. And then I thought maybe I can just shorten that to, my logical brain was like, maybe I could shorten that to embracing life instead of embracing life experiences. And it was like, nope, that does not feel as there. I didn't feel that, just confirmation in my heart of what was the right thing to focus on. So it's those three words: embracing life experiences. And like I said, I'm excited to see what we get to learn today. And there's obviously something about that combination of words that's perfect for us to focus on for our 90-second private silent meditation. So I invite you to grab your paper and just write down anything that comes to you during this 90 seconds on gratitude for embracing life experiences. And we'll see what comes up. So 90-second private silent meditation, gratitude for embracing life experiences. Begin. Just had someone new join our call. I'm just going to restate what our 90-second meditation is on: gratitude for embracing life experiences. All right. The first thing that came to me was on embracing life experiences was capturing the moment in a photo, or capturing the moment in just even taking a mental snapshot of something, just creating a physical, tangible memory. Last night, as we're on this couples retreat, we were talking about memories. Jana challenged us to share a memory, something that was, just really meaningful. And it really sparked some just awesome conversation. I don't know how long we sat here, and just one memory sparked another memory in someone else. And it was just a really fun and enjoyable stroll down memory lane. And it was kind of cool. We figured out we're all kind of the same age, and so we all remember the same shows, TV shows and things, and actors and actresses. And so it was just really, really fun. That was the first thing that came to me. And then I thought about capturing the moment in a photo, and how I've been standing in front of this glorious, vista, amazing, beautiful landscape. And I'm like, oh, I want to take a picture of this and remember. And I take a picture, and then I look at it later, and I'm so disappointed. I'm like, that does not even capture what it felt like, to be there. There's something about that physical experience that is so memorable and amazing. When we talk about memories, we don't talk about the pictures. I guess there were actually some pictures that were brought up last night as we were sharing memories. Somebody said, I have a picture, I think it was Frank that said, I have a picture of Jana in front of this tree in Hawaii. And, so there were actually some pictures that were brought into it, but there is just something about the physical experience that just anchors that, that feeling, whatever the feeling is that stirs in you. I'm really, really grateful for editing software now, and that pictures can be enhanced way more than they used to be. So yeah, just capturing the moment in photos and also having those physical experiences are super powerful. Who else has something that they would like to share? Robert, and then Phil.
Thank you. My first thoughts that came to me is the book that I'm writing. How I've captured moments, to my amazement, how I could go back as a 4-year-old or a 5-year-old and write in as if I'm a 4-year-old or a 5-year-old at that moment, and how I was able to capture those feelings and thoughts at that time, and then they matured as I grew older, into my young teens and then older teens, and I could go back and capture those moments. And I knew that it was in me, but I didn't know that I could capture those moments on paper. And when one word would come to my mind, I would write it down, only for it to turn into a sentence, and then a paragraph, and then a page, and now a book. So very
Beautiful.
Yes.
That's such a gift, Robert. I don't know anyone else that has that ability. I know you and I have talked extensively about your book and about your gift and what you're bringing to the world. And I know that this is definitely a gift, and you're expressing it in the perfect way. Thank you.
Thank you.
Phil.
What came to me is, that life happens. Things happen to us, and we can't control those. We can't, especially when we're a child, we can't control those things. And often we catch ourselves saying things like, this should have never happened. Not right. This, and then we resist what already has happened.
Mm-hmm.
And so really the cure is to embrace what's happened. Embrace that life experience, because in there somewhere there is a silver lining, and the rest of the story has yet to be told. And so, add to that story and embrace it. Some people will say, well, I should have never been raped, or I should have never, that child should have never been bought and sold. Like, how can you say that? How can you even ever embrace something like that? And how can you say that? And I've had several people tell me that, like, there's some things they say that really shouldn't happen, and they still are in resistance. They still say, well, that shouldn't have happened, and they're trying to solve something that already is. And so it's a battle that they can never win. But when that's in the mind saying, okay, that shouldn't have happened, then we try to solve something, because it's been presented, and we resist it. And all resistance, when it comes to spiritual thing, causes breakdown. And so anyway, that's just what I
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. And I love Deepti, that was on the call yesterday, mentioned a process that she was investigating about going to whatever situation, was maybe not ideal, and changing. I can't remember the word that she used, but like revising, I think that was the word that she used, revising the circumstance in your imagination so that it did play out the way that you imagined it, and then embracing that feeling and creating some new beliefs about, I suggested creating some new beliefs about the situation as if it had happened differently. That's one option, because I know I do that in the power alignment calls that I do, where I go back to memories and help people create a new ending to the memory, and create some new decisions about yourself and new beliefs. So that's one way. And then the other way that I feel like you're sort of suggesting is just embracing the way that it is. And, I love what you said, that the rest of the story is yet to be told. We don't know, where that's going. And on our Architecture of Life training call yesterday with those who are participating in that mentoring group, we had a discussion about sabotage and challenges, and how nothing is a challenge to God. And so because it's not a challenge to God, it's not a challenge. If we're aligned with God and we're seeing things from his perspective, nothing is a challenge. There is nothing that needs to be resisted. Everything is just a step. It's a part of our preparation. It's just a step in our progress towards our divine destiny. And, we don't know, we can't see what God can see. And so that's another way to look at those situations, is that, it's just a step. It's a lesson. It's something that we're, it's just one more thing along the path. Got Tammy, Betsy, Mary, and Kathy.
Josh wants to share.
Okay, thanks.
So just kind of piggybacking off of what Phil said, just about experiences and learning and embracing those. One of the biggest things for me is to learn from those experiences and take those experiences and better my life to do those things.
Mm-hmm.
Those experiences have in my life are particular to me and particular to my situation, and everything happens for a reason. Wileen, you know a lot about what I do, and I think the experiences that I go through, I don't wish upon anybody to see or to ever go through, but those experiences have particularly made who I am and what I'm learning to do.
Beautiful. The thought that came to me was, this is one thing that is mine. There's a lot of things in our lives that we might, that are outside of ourselves, like even situations that are happening around us that we feel like we don't have any control over. Maybe these aren't ours. Decisions that my daughters make, those are not my experiences. My interpretation of what they're doing is my experience. But my personal experiences are some things that are all mine here in this world. And so why not embrace those? And I love what you're saying, learn from those and make your life better from them. Thank you. Betsy.
Thank you. So when you talked about embracing life experiences, it just sounded so vibrant to me. And the first thing that I thought about is, one thing that I say really frequently is, hey, even on my voicemail message, I'm out living life with an exclamation point, leave a message. And I thought about what that really means. What does that mean when you're living life with an exclamation point? And, it's strong, it's bold, it's solid. But it can also be not only the good and the joy, it can be the bad. It can be strong, and that remembrance. I love what you said about capturing the moment and like memorializing things. And then I went to the thought about embracing, and when you're in an embrace with someone, you open up your arms. There's an allowance. There's a letting go, or there's an accepting in of that moment, of that experience, of that person, and to let these things really stand out. They talk about a meaningful hug isn't just like, someone gives you like a little side hug, like, oh, okay, well, they didn't really fully embrace me. When it's a full blown hug and they stay there for a few seconds, it's like just this beautiful connection between souls. And I think that our best memories, are tied to emotions and how we feel. I say that they're etched in our hearts, and usually because it is a strong emotion. And spiritual memories are the very highest of these. And a lot of times we can look back in life, and when we talk about those spiritual memories, we bring back that exact same, beautiful. We can see it clearly in our minds. We can visualize it. We can grow with it. I mean, we're really embracing that memory. And because we're honored to have that memory, it's something we've done prior to that in preparation. And so just like we prepare for an embrace with someone, we have to start opening our arms. We have to walk toward that person. And so when we embrace our spiritual memories, we have prepared our minds and our souls and prayed and studied the scripture and God's word. And so I don't know. I mean, I think that for me, this whole embracing of experiences is just a process of just loving life and that exclamation point in vibrancy.
I love that. Thank you. And I love that word, as we're talking about embracing life experiences, we could replace the word embracing with hugging. And that brings a totally new perspective, doesn't it? Hugging my life experiences.
Right.
I love that. Thank you. There's just in the chat, Tammy reiterated something that I had said a little bit ago. I'll just read what she says. My thoughts went to what Wileen was sharing regarding how nothing is a challenge to God and therefore doesn't have to be a challenge for us. When we live from this perspective, how easy it is to always be of good cheer. Love that. Thank you, Tammy. Kathy and then Mary.
The first thing that came to my mind was life. What do you call it? The letters living intentionally for excellence. And so embracing all of our experiences. I too have always felt like everything happens for a reason, but I found that I was going into trying to figure out why did this happen? Why did that happen? And I realized after listening to something Jim Rohn once said, I wouldn't take that class. You don't need to try to figure out why everything is happening. So turning that to figuring out, well, what do I get to do with this? What do I get to learn from this? And how is this shaping my life and the experiences that I've had that come up into teaching moments to help other people go through similar things. And just knowing that when this earth was being created, we were all shouting for joy at the opportunity to come here, to live our lives, to become more like Christ, and realizing that even when we're suffering, that can bring us closer to Him, knowing that He suffered everything. So those were just some of the thoughts that were coming up for me, and how powerful our experiences can be.
Beautiful. Thank you. I want to just reiterate those questions, the why and the how and the what and the who. The what and the who are really powerful questions for us. They're not necessarily problem-solving questions, because if we're asking those questions, we don't see things as a problem. They're questions of forward thinking. It's like, what do I get to do with this? Like you said, and who do I get to serve because of this? Like, those are two really powerful questions. If you think about those questions, there's going to be an answer that will come that is going to make some good out of whatever the situation that happened. If we say, why did this happen? That seems like very resistant. Like, I don't like this. Like, why did this have to happen to me? and how can I change this or whatever, still is like, I'm not embracing it. I want to get rid of it. Like that, those are both very resistant questions. And God is the only one that knows those questions. And we don't need to know the answer or the answers to those questions. And we don't need to know the answer to those questions because we don't have the perspective that God does. All we need to know is, okay, this happened. What do I get to do with it? And who do I get to serve because of it? If we just say, okay, this happened, rather than why did this happen, or how did this happen, or how can I stop this from happening, or whatever, those are all very weak questions, and resistance is futile because it's already happened. So to say, okay, this happened, what do I get to do with it? Who do I get to serve because of it? Thank you. Mary.
Yeah, the first thing I thought of was I'm grateful for the experiences. The experiences from the choices I've made, and it's interesting because the choices have helped me become, and I wouldn't have been able to. Well, who knows? But I am the person I am because of the experiences. The life experiences I've had, and I wouldn't be engaged in life, and maybe I would, who knows, but I'm just saying, I'm engaged in life, and emerging like the butterfly that emerges into this beautiful, beautiful, colorful butterfly. And as I was listening, my life experiences were unimaginable to most people. And as a child, I thought, I also had the why question, why, what, but really there's got to be more to life than this. This can't be why I was born. This can't be, this can't be, there's got to be more to it. And I remember looking for better. Mm-hmm. So I just looked for better. The life experiences I embraced later, I've kind of gone up and down, but the life experiences and embracing life experiences has just brought me good things into my life.
Beautiful. I love that. Just based on what you said, I actually have written some things that to me feel like truth. So I'm going to share these. I am not my experiences. These are just experiences. This is not me. It's not, and I started to write, I'm a culmination of my experiences, but I wrote, I am where I am because of a culmination of my choices and experiences. So I do have I have a hand in where I'm at right now. And then there are some experiences sometimes that I, possibly don't have as much of a hand in, like you're saying, when you're a child. I am a divine, perfect being is what I wrote. So as far as like what I am, I am a divine, perfect being that God knows who I am and everything. But I am where I am. Like it's not like who I am, but I am currently in this place with the experiences that I've created in my life and that have been, I'm where I'm at right now just because of a culmination of my experiences and my choices. But I'm definitely not my experiences. And I love what you're suggesting, that there is more. And if you seek for it and you look for better, it's those questions. What do I get to do with this? And who do I get to serve? I love that idea of looking for more. See, Melissa says, instead of why me, ask why not me? I'm strong and equipped to handle any trial. I think that's something that could definitely be confirmed here, is that God never asks anything of us that we have not already been prepared to handle. I know that to be true. A lot of times we would resist that and we would say, no, I don't want to handle this. This shouldn't have ever happened, like Phil said. But I know that to be true in my life, and I've seen it to be true in other people's lives. We may not be able to see it, and we may not feel it in the moment, when we're resisting, but He has definitely given us experiences in our life that have and I don't know if God, I wouldn't even say that God gives us the experiences. Sometimes, you know, I know that he can orchestrate things, but I also know that it's like this whole planet of people and a human family that is part of our experience. And he's kind of the orchestrator of it all. So again, you know, not being able to see that bigger picture of everyone's paths and how, you know, certain people cross our paths and everything. I don't remember where I was going with that, but I agree with what's been said, that everything has a purpose, and we are divine, perfect beings. We're children of God, and we're not our experiences, but we are right now currently where we're at because of a culmination of our experiences and our choices.
Wileen,
Mm-hmm.
as I was thinking originally, the choices I've made, sometimes those choices put me in places where those things actually then happened. So,
Mm-hmm.
you know, it's not always, we're not the victim. Sometimes, well, we are the victors, but we, you know, anyway, it's the choices I made, even as a child. You know, maybe I didn't know how to yell or scream or stand up for myself or whatever, but the choices, I don't know, choices really do come into it. And we just need to embrace that, not embrace like, well, I'm embracing the horrible thing that happened to me. It's not that, it's just embracing. It's all been said. So
there's, yeah. And I know I've said many times that there is gratitude and accountability in everything. And so, you know, we really do create the life that we have. And whether it's because of limiting beliefs that we've been holding on to since childhood, you know, that has caused something that we're like, why did this happen? You know, or if there's some sort of a reaction like that, if we can ask those questions, what do I get to do with this, and who do I get to serve, and, you know, look forward to what's better, and there has to be more, you know, seeking for what new we can learn. We're looking back on the path with hindsight 2020, you know, we're actually more able to see how we did actually play a part in that, choices that we made earlier. I'm going to go ahead and read what's in the chat here, and then we'll switch over to our permission process. Let's see. Betsy says, I so love the emphasis on choice, exclamation points, lots of exclamation points. And Phil says, embracing it is choosing it. I'm so grateful that it happened, because yes, that is definitely something that I embrace, that idea as well. If I had a chance to relive my life, I would choose that. It would happen exactly as it has happened. I know I've mentioned several times that, you know, I had a heart attack about 8 years ago, and that it was the most perfect catalyst for me becoming the person that I am today. I look back on, it was the perfect pattern interrupt for my life, and I'm so grateful for it. And, you know, it's that kind of hindsight that I'm talking about. Let's go ahead and shift into our permission process. Go ahead and take a deep breath. Kathy says, we are where we are in life because of all the choices we've made. We choose how we feel about everything. You know, Viktor Frankl said that you can take everything away from a man, but his ability to choose his attitude in any given set of circumstances. It's a beautiful way to be. Go ahead and take one more deep breath. And if there's one particular circumstance that has been coming up to you that you're like, yeah, but this, of all of the things that we've talked about, if there's something that you still are finding resistance against and not wanting to really hug this life experience, embrace this life experience, you've had a hard time dealing with it and allowing it to be okay. And in this moment, just invite you to connect with your Heavenly Father and invite him to help you to see the gratitude in that situation. I'm so grateful that this happened because, and what is the information that you're receiving of gratitude? And also accountability. What is the one, at least one piece, even if it's just a tiny little piece, no matter how long ago it happened, or no matter what the circumstances were, that there is one tiny piece where you could claim accountability in that situation. And as you find gratitude, notice what changes around that circumstance, around that experience, and the emotion and the feeling, just the energy that around that experience, how it changes when you find gratitude. And also when you find accountability, notice how your story changes about that experience, about that circumstance. And then now that you have found gratitude and you found accountability, what is the lesson? What can I learn from this experience? This is very, very key to changing your life experiences, is to ask that question, what can I learn? To learn the lesson. And the final question in this particular segment of our permission process, who can I serve because of this, because of my experience? Who can I serve because of my experience? And with those 4 questions answered, and if you don't have all the answers, that's okay, because this permission process was going to end, but you will still be able to continue your meditation on this beyond this call if you feel like you need to, or you can reach out to me at askwylene.com and continue to learn more from another person's perspective. We'd love to have that conversation with you. So embracing this experience in a whole new light, seeing things from a different perspective, feeling the different energy that is happening around this experience as you're seeing it from a different perspective, more from God's perspective. And now that you are seeing this experience from a new perspective, know that you have interrupted the pattern of these types of experiences. And that, as Mary was saying, that there is more to it. And now you can look beyond to better. So now that you have found gratitude, you have found accountability, you've seen a lesson, you've seen what you can learn from it, and you've also seen how this experience is perfect for you to be able to serve in a higher way. What is the one most important thing that you could do today that would up-level your life experiences, that would create life experiences that you can easily embrace, that are more closely aligned with your intentions, and that are blessings that God has just been waiting for you to learn this lesson and find the accountability and find the gratitude in this experience, so that He could now create some new life experiences for you. Because until the lesson is learned, the experiences need to keep coming for you to learn that lesson. So now that you've learned the lesson, you found gratitude, that you can now create something new in your life. So what is the one most important thing you could do today to really create a physical anchor, a physical turning point, physical pivotal moment, so that you can now create new experiences that are more closely aligned with your divine destiny, with your intentions of having a happy and fulfilling life? And any limiting beliefs that might be coming up, just write those down. Examine the cost of them. What's the cost as you are pivoting, as you're choosing into new life experiences? What is the cost of those limiting beliefs? And if you don't like those limiting beliefs, you can choose new. You can choose new experiences by choosing some new beliefs. So if you're ready to give yourself permission to choose some new experiences by choosing new beliefs, say yes.
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 Awesome. So what are those new beliefs? Like 2 or 3 new beliefs that will replace those old limiting beliefs, and that will also be more in alignment with the new life experiences that you're choosing, that will empower you to take action towards a new life, to package those old experiences up and put them away, as chalk them up to lessons learned, and just put a big smile on your face and know that you are headed somewhere different now, because you've learned the lesson, you're grateful for the experience, and you now know that these experiences have prepared you for this new life that you're creating, and for the people that you get to serve because of learning these lessons. So what are your new beliefs? And really embody those new beliefs. Take a deep breath and breathe those new beliefs in. See yourself and feel yourself up-leveling. Just the very cellular makeup of your body is changing because of these new beliefs that you're embracing, and that absolutely these experiences from the past would never happen to this new person that you're becoming, because these new beliefs would not allow it. As you know, we talk about accountability. You are creating new accountability for new experiences with these new beliefs that you're creating. The limiting beliefs could be some accountability of how these past experiences might have come into play in your life, but these new beliefs are now making you accountable for the new experiences that you're creating. And you absolutely must create a ripple effect. These new beliefs will not allow the old experiences to continue happening. It is incongruent. The energy does not match up. There's absolutely no way in heaven or on earth that these old experiences could happen with these new beliefs in place. There must be something new created. And just believe that, because it's a scientific fact. Take one more deep breath. Embracing those new beliefs, standing taller, knowing that you are about to embark on a brand new journey, creating brand new experiences never before experienced, ready to embrace those life experiences, and knowing that they're going to be unfamiliar too, and things might hit you a little blindsided, but that's okay, because you are prepared. You'll never be given anything that you're not capable of handling, and every experience is just a step towards your divine destiny. And we are at the end of our time. I noticed, Melinda, you unmuted, and if you have something to share, we'd love to hear that. And Tammy, so we'll hear from Tammy and Melinda. And just a reminder, askwylene.com if you'd like to meet with me.
Okay. I love life. Life is so wonderful. What Heavenly Father told me is to claim my life, claim every experience, because it's good. Claim my accountability, my part in being where I am right now. Be proud and feel the satisfaction. Who do I get to serve? I get to serve everyone that God sends me to all over the world. I claim my life, every experience I have and am receiving. I acknowledge and proclaim it's all good. I am easily moving forward, flying to wherever God sends me.
Wow. Thank you, Tammy. That is such a complete shift from the opposite direction. And instead of just like sneaking out and saying, okay, I can embrace, I can enjoy, I can appreciate, whatever, it's like, I claim it. I love it. I did it. Yes. I'm here because of that. Thank you. Be proud. I love that. And Melinda, did you have something, or was that a mistake to unmute?
Thank you, Tammy,
there are
so
no
much.
Mistakes. So you did mean to unmute.
That was beautiful. And I just would add, for me, my limiting belief was that I am not needed. And I learned that through this permission process and through this call today, I love what you said, Tammy. I claim my life now, and I claim the experiences, and I put that, like my gratitudes this morning, I move majestically with ease and grace and playfulness, and I move in my authenticity, and it is beautiful.
Beautiful. Love that. Thank you. I know there's probably lots of other shares, and we would love to hear those. If you want to go to our Facebook group, Breakthrough with Gratitude, and share your thoughts there. This has been an amazing call. Thank you so much for being on our call today. We're going to go ahead and end, and I invite you to continue this meditation if you're still learning. Allow God to continue sharing with you his love for you and his gratitude for you, for being willing to come here on earth and experience these things that are only possible for you to experience in a physical body, in the physical form, with interacting with other physical beings. This is the only place that we can have the kinds of experiences that we've had here, and just be so, so grateful, because we are now a spiritual being that has these wonderful physical experiences that now we get to carry with us throughout the rest of our life. And then when we reunite again with our eternal family across the way, we're going to get to share stories, and it's going to be so awesome. So thank you all for being here. We look forward to, let's see, today's Friday, so we won't be back together until Monday. So continue your gratitude practice, your daily GPS through the weekend, and then we will be back together at 7 a.m. Mountain Standard Time on Monday. Thank you. Love you guys.
Love you too.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Great call.
Thank you. Hey, thanks so much for listening. And I encourage you to tune in every day to the Daily Gratitude Call. And the Daily Gratitude Call happens live every weekday morning. I'd love to have you join. So to find out how to join live, go to my website, WileenBenson.com. Thanks for tuning in.